I am Dr. Amira Quelli. I am your holistic healer. I do readings, herbs, teas, candles, life coaching, advice, chakra cleansing, negativity removals, and almost any form of healing apparatus. Contact me if you need any help.
Well, greetings. I am Dr. Amira Quelli, and I'm back to give you all a reading on the Capricorns. Um, I'm sorry that last video I did that drained my energy. I gotta light me some more sage because you know I'm trying to it's hard to not be personable when you talk about somebody that energy is just kind of but hey, I'm a professional. I do this for a living. And again, I'm gonna say my spiel. What I'm going to tell everybody is that if you do not like tarot readings or you're not into that or any of that kind of thing, then I'm going to need y'all to at this time to go ahead and log off and go on about your merry happy way, all due respect. Okay, so if you're just not into that, that's what's up. That's cool. I respect you. I respect people's spiritual beliefs or religious or whatever, just and respect mine. So let me get into so I can read this stuff that I was supposed. I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm thinking to myself on how some of y'all um, get down when people do readings. Y'all get so angry, and I don't understand that. That's kind of crazy to me. But hey, again, I'm gonna say it again. If you're not into readings, you're not into that kind of thing, then be sure you log off. My channel, while I'm stirring up these cards, my channel it will not be based off carbonation because, well, that's some demonic energy. I'm just gonna keep it real, and I don't want to necessarily do that. Okay, and some of these other folk, I'm not gonna tell. I'm trying to not tell you my opinion on things and just do a soul reading on folk. And I'm gonna do one right now here on the Capricorn zodiac sign, and this is in reference to females and males. So hopefully you all will. If you know a Capricorn, then point them out this video. Or you're with a Capricorn, or you're in a relationship with one, or maybe you have children. I have children who are Capricorn. Good Lord. Help me, please. Help me. Because the Capricorn is children. Till when they become adults, is something else. So I'm gonna again. This is another one of those scenarios where I have to do a reading based off the cards and not what I feel. But I'm going to pick up the energy from the cards. And without further ado, okay, give me a second. I see earlier someone got into their feelings because not nobody, not my beautiful person who was commenting and asking questions and getting vibed in. I'm not talking about them, but I see somebody else had a little issue with my last video because I wasn't trying to do a whole bash session. I don't even want to deal with that whole energy of carbonation. Like I said, some of those folk, that whole energy, that whole cantankerous, disgusting, um, repugnant energy that I'm just not going to deal with. I'm sorry. So I'm not gonna sit up here. I'm just gonna tell you what I see, because someone, like I said, my intention was to tell y'all I told y'all so. That's all I wanted to say. Because some of y'all, it was, you know, trying to show some love toward that particular individual. So anyway, without further ado, let me try my best to do this reading here. I'm using some different cards from the ones I'm using before. So I guess that card is supposed to be men. I got cards flying out of my hand today. So that card is meant for me to tell y'all about it. Okay, give me a second here. I'll pick it up in a second. These cards are so hard to shuffle. But as I talk, I'm trying to stay on subject. But did y'all know that I was looking at this news program in Kansas City, and it was a serial killer, Ku Klux Klan member, alleged Ku Klux Klan member, kidnapping black women and targeting them. A 22-year-old woman escaped here in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm just saying. Anyway, so I don't know if y'all know about that, but please be careful of your surroundings, young ladies and older women. Be careful of your surroundings, because this world has been crazy for centuries, but it seems like it's getting worse and worse. Or maybe it's just we're exposed to social media. Maybe it's been like this forever, you know. But whatever. Nevertheless, be careful. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Be careful, because it's some people that just ain't right in the head. Social media has created some very positive things. However, it has made a lot of negative things as well, equally. So, anywho, let's try this. Okay. Okay, this is not gonna be long. I'm gonna try to make this just as long as I did the other video. I'm trying not to do long, drawn out um, readings. Okay, so let's do this. All right, hold on. Okay, so I'm not gonna make this a long, drawn out reading. Now, one of the things I do know, all right, some of the things I do see up front, I don't want to say it's a concern for the Capricorn, and this is based upon female or male. It does not matter. I'm not discriminating tonight. Sometimes I do discriminate tonight. It won't be a discrimination. Give me a second here. Let me pull out my handy dandy notebook. Find me a sheet of paper. Um, so what am I finding here? I find that you have, with this particular card, I pulled a tower, and a tower, which I didn't really say on Velvet's reading. I will say it with the Capricorn. Snappy Cappy, Dappy Cappy. Um, is that a lot of times with the Capricorn can be its own worst enemy. The Capricorn will always find what usually it's hard for a lot of people to really take down the Capricorn. Who will usually take down the Capricorn is the Capricorn. And that's what certain earth signs I'm starting to see that. I think some fire people, I think, well, a lot of people can be self-sabotagers. I'm not saying that the Capricorn is a self-sabotager. I'm saying that they will be the one to take them down if anybody's going to take them down. They don't need nobody to take them down. They will do it for themselves if that's what they want to do. Now, with me choosing this particular card, we know that the foundation, there's a certain aspect that they have to deal with the inevitable. They would have to trust that things will work out right in the end. So at first, it looks like certain things are not working out. But if they stay the course, and look at their foundation and understand to rebuild their foundation and to work through that. But there are going to be like in life, there are some unforeseen things and twists and turns that will happen in their life, and that will begin to change. So this is a changing period for them. One thing about the the tower card is that it's a representative of a foundation that is not in the best sight. So because of the foundation not being the best site, they're just letting people know that there is a change, that this is a changing time for this particular person. They will have a changing energy about them. It is a time for a change. And they either change is inevitable, it's nothing they can do with it. Either they stay the course. If they try to go against the change, then they will ultimately self-destruct and destroy themselves in this particular matter. So it's time for them to um, trust in the end that everything will work itself out. They have to trust the process, as they say. Trust the process. That's what they tell me. You know, there's a method to the madness if they stay the course. If they stay the course, but they gotta change. They gotta be willing to change and not be afraid to. Well, I take that back. You can fear change, but you still need to go along with it. And the reason why I'm doing Capricorns, because Capricorns are coming up, right? Um, so I think I did Scorpios already, so now I'm doing Capricorns. Okay, so the next card is going to be dealing with them um, being able to whatever future that they want to create is going to be for them to create it. So if they want to be a paleontologist, then they need to go to school for paleontologists. Whatever they want to do with themselves, this is a time now where they can create it. It can be theirs, but they're gonna have to. They gotta think about their future right now. This is a time now for no matter what age you are, think about what your future is. Even if you even, and that's why the representation of change is. That's why it's important about change, right? Um, so most Capricorns right now will be changing what they're if they're working or have a career, or if they're a student in school, so they may be in a different major. So they probably will be changing their major in school. They will be changing their looks, changing their personality, changing certain aspects like their career. This is the time now for them to change their career. Maybe get some new trades under their belt or create a new business. This is a time now where there's definitely going to be just that, right? So hold on tight. The Capricorn that you might knew today will probably change. And a lot of times Capricorns do change anyway. What I do like about Capricorns is they are forever trying to evolve in certain kinds of ways. They want change for the people and the family around them. So that's what's positive about a Capricorn. So yeah, get with the okay. What y'all want from me? Um, so I don't know where the hell am I at now? Oh yeah, let me finish what the hell I was talking about. I got caught up on some other stuff. Okay, so another thing, and this is I did a reading for. I had another client early today as I was cooking. I had to do a reading, and what I saw was the same thing, not necessarily the same card, right? But I definitely saw the same energy for this particular client of mine. So I was like, wow, this is interesting. I thought this was really interesting, and I wanted to really talk about it. Let's dive into this. Okay, so Capricorn, please do not let others come between you and what you want in life. Whatever goals that you have, do not allow anybody to stand in the way of that, because you're going to have to make sure that you create a system of no, back up, let me do me. You're going to have to put your foot down, stand your ground about what you ultimately want to do with yourself. I'm telling you, it's a lot of changes that's going to be happening for you in as far as your career is concerned, because you are on an evolutionary period in your life, and you cannot be held back by someone else's fear. um the fear that I sense, I don't necessarily think that you are fear of doing something great. I believe that it's the fear of others that's around. How you doing, Oshun? I feel that it's the fear of others who have this energy of being afraid that you're going to advance and be better than them. That's what the energy is picking up, that you're going to gravitate toward another type of energy, and they are afraid of that. They're afraid of losing you. So that could be a mate, that could be a parent, that could be a cousin, that could be a friend, or what have you. These folk that's in your life, and some may have the intentions of good, and some not so good, the intentions of evil. So just be careful of your glow up and your change, because people are afraid of the change, and that's a fear that's on their side, on their level. So if it's, so you just got to do it, and not, you kind of have to wear blinders in going to the next level, and not being afraid, or not letting other people put their fear. And then sometimes too, people will be fearful of certain things, and they will put their fear on you, right? They'll be like trying to make you be fearful, be feared, instead of you being fearless, because you may be fearless, right? And they're fearful. So anywho, the next card, it does talk about it talks about the things that you do in your life right now will impact success. That could possibly impact success for you. So hold on, though. This is not just going to be about you working toward these goals. Is also going to take another party that's going to come in and assist you with getting certain things accomplished. So I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to advise you to be nice to that person, because that person, this particular person, does have the best intentions for you. So they're going to help you to get your dreams to come true. And that could be the person that you think that you may least suspect that will come in and assist you with accomplishing your goals. And you should want assistance, because I'm not saying you can't do things by yourself, but I'm going to say that you need somebody else to help you, to assist you with the goals that I see right now. Now, another thing is, you're going to have to um okay, I already told you to stop trying to do everything yourself. You need assistance, basically. Just let somebody help you. Okay, so that's basically what that said, is that you need change. And I want to make sure, I'm trying to check my minutes to make sure, because I don't want to talk long today. I don't feel like all that today, because I just did one video. I'm not gonna be on here long, because I need to do some family time or something. Anyway, so mm, okay. Okay, so it talks about financial. This is a financial card. This is going to be dealing with finances. Okay, so that Okay, so I told you about the focus and the change in your career. So, and I already told you about the foundation. I want to make sure I told you that. So, you have to focus on getting stable. This is now also a time for you to get stable with your life, because there have been certain things that have come up in your life that have kind of knocked you off, due to change of career, due to the job market, due to everything that's unfolded around you, due to your home environment. There's something going on within your home that is not stable in your energy. So you're off your mark right now. And that's just really because of your foundation not being stable. And so you now have to, you know, get that together. Because financially, you're gonna have to start living a little bit more practical. This is not a time for you to be buying a whole bunch of stuff that you really don't need. And I need to be one to talk, but this is not a time that you need to be buying a whole bunch of junk that you don't need. Okay, because your finances are not very stable right now, and that's not saying that tomorrow, the next day, or whatever, your finances won't be straight tomorrow. So let me just tell you the truth. No, you're not. But um eventually your finances will be okay. But right now, not so much. But I mean, but you knew that already, right? You knew that your financial situation was not the shiznick, right? You kind of knew that, right? Without me telling you that. You didn't have to me to be the psychic to tell you that your finances are not all that, right? Now, uh, so I'm gonna tell you, and this is a queen card that I'm pulling out. I'm telling this for a reason. The queen card is going to deal with opportunities. It's going to deal with businesses. It's going to deal with the way that you look at things, and the fact that you feel like you should have the best of the best. So, why? So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to embrace some things within you in order to be able to get that money flow. What are you going to have to embrace? Some of the things you're going to have to embrace with, really, to be honest with you, starting with working with your pocketbook and wallet, for you gents out there. Yes, I use the word gents. Wow, why would I use that word? But gents, you're gonna have to create this little money thing going on. So you're gonna have to be sensible and practical about your. You're gonna have to embrace that. That's within you. If you embrace the practicability, I just made up a word. Yes, it did. You're gonna have to embrace that. If you embrace that, then you will be able to get your finances under control. So you're gonna have to be a little cheap this month for a while until you get it to where you need to be. And that's not saying for you to splurge all over again. That's just saying to that you'll be out of financial rut. Um, and it does have a lot to do with the holidays too. A lot of people are in financial situation because of holidays, because they don't feel like they have enough money to get everything that they want. And this is your birthday month too, so you trying to party. Some of y'all are trying to party. Some of y'all are trying to do so much this month because it's your birthday month, which is these are your birthday months. So it is what it is. All right, so let's see. Okay, so this does talk about your dreams. This is a dream card, and this is going to be dealing with you're gonna have to put action behind your what you want. It's more than just you manifesting and saying, "Oh, I want this, I want gold, I want to mention a yacht." Okay, it's not just about you wanting to yes mention a yacht. What it's about is you putting the work behind getting these goals and getting these things accomplished. Because without work, it's not gonna happen. So I mean, that's just really that's like what that's a common sense card, right? That's a straight up common sense card. I mean, common sense, y'all know that in order for y'all, excuse me, I'm trying to get some stuff from over. Y'all know common sense that if y'all trying to make some things happen, you actually kind of got to do the work. You can't just be like, yeah, manifest this, that. You actually do the work. You got to do the work to make things happen. You can't just say what you're going to do, right? The universe will accept the work. So follow the universe. Um, Now I know eventually, once you do what you're told to do, you are going to get some great things going on. I know your health of finances will improve, which I kind of told you that. And it's probably your finances is probably going to be really great around you're going to see a change in your finances around spring and summer. You're really gonna see it around summer more so. You're gonna see the beginning works of it around springtime. So I'm not saying all winter long you're gonna be broke. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you'll start seeing the financial goodness coming that time of year. So somebody might also give you some money for a business opportunity. You might get a business opportunity, a finances of someone giving you some good finances because they really believe in you. So that's why I told you about that hard work. If you do that hard work, then somebody might just reward you. um or you maybe get that loan from that bank, um or that grant. um Family. Whew. Okay, let's talk about family. This is the family card I pulled. Okay, so family, let's talk about that. You got some decisions to make as far as your family is concerned. And some of you who are older, you may have to also help somebody else in your family financially, or you may have to help someone around their house. You may have to help to take care of a loved one of some sort, because they are sick. It could be mentally, psychologically, or physically, right? Or medical wise. But you're going to have to end up making some decisions as far as that is concerned. And you're going to have to make some decisions about what type of changes. When I told you about those changes, you're going to have to make some decisions as far as your changes that you want to make in your life, which is nothing old about that, because you always changing jobs. You always finding a new job and doing something else, and you go through a lot of metamorphosis, but whatever. Um, all right. Okay, so let me go back. I forgot the major cards. You did have multiple major cards, and you all know that when we're dealing with major cards, this is more of the how can I say, the minor cards are kind of temporarily, or what has happened, what just you deal with it for a minute, and then something else comes along. The major cards, or like, I don't want to say permanent, but they're kind of the the thing you're gonna have to deal with for the rest of your life. Ongoing. It's gonna be like an ongoing scenario for you when we talk about the major cards. So just understand that. And I did have like a tower card. That's a major card. And the thing about the tower card, like I said, is that you're gonna always have to understand what your foundation is. You're gonna always have to, and what that is, for the foundation, for the foundational core, you're gonna always have to evolve. The moment that you stop allowing yourself to evolve, to improve, to be better, then you're gonna fall short. And sometimes that can be stressful. That's kind of stressful for anybody to always evolve, always find themselves evolving. And especially it depends on if you what type of career that you're into. But if you're in a competitive field, then you're gonna have to keep reinventing yourself. And more than likely, especially if you're a business owner, you're gonna have to constantly keep rebuilding yourself. You're gonna have to constantly keep being greater than what you are, and you're gonna have to always be forever changing and evolving, and trying to be better than what you were. Because if you don't, what the tower do? Crumbles. Okay. Now, this is one of those cards that's when we see this card, there is going to always be travel. There's going to always be triumph. There's going to always be dealing with courage. So you're going to have courage in moving forward. I'm getting a lot of job cards. You're getting ready to. I'm telling you, going through something. You're gonna have to always. You're gonna have to get some courage in where you're going to, and you're going on a journey. So you just got to be ready for the journey that you're going on. And again, you just got to redefine your goals, redefine where you're going to go and how you're going to get there, and what do you want to do. You know. And I'm almost done. I'm trying to wrap this up because I'm not gonna be on here all day. Um, okay, this next card is a warning. You're gonna have to appreciate the good times, and you're gonna have to remember the bad ones, and remember that bad things do not last forever. You're gonna have to remember that bad things do not last forever. Make sure you remember that. And this is going to be throughout your life. You can't focus on bad things all the time. You have to make sure that you look at the positive things that happen. Just don't dwell on the bad stuff. Just kind of look at the bad stuff and go, okay, well, this what happened. Okay, that's what's up. It's not going to be forever. And you have to, and especially if you cause the bad things, so you have to acknowledge, hey, I made a mistake. This is not what I was trying to do. I know, especially y'all Capricorns are so nonchalant where y'all really don't care. Y'all hurt people's feelings a lot of times. But I'm not saying you do need to care. So just kind of acknowledge it. But I'm not saying you should stay forever in that you hurt that person. It's like, sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done to you or made you feel. I'm really sorry. Acknowledge it and then keep it moving, but you can't stay in there. And sometimes that we have people in our lives that always want to remind us about how we hurt them or how we did this or how we did that. And it's a constant reminder. And nobody want to hear that. Nobody in the whole universe. I don't want to hear what I did 10 minutes ago all the time. I said I was sorry. I want to move forward. I won't do it again. Now, if I keep doing it, that's something different, right? But if I did it one time and I haven't done it anymore, I mean, and you said you forgive me, so forgive me. So don't keep allowing people to keep on throwing up in your face what you've done. So you just need to enjoy things. You need to start enjoying things, and you need to okay. I'm trying to think on how to explain this next one. Um I mean, that's just it. I mean, I'm not gonna explain anything else. Listen, it's a click of a draw. Some days it's gonna be good. Some days it's gonna be bad. I mean, accept it. Let's move on. I mean, what you want from me? I mean, good lord, it's just it just is what it is, and that's the thing about life. Sometimes life is good, and sometimes life really sucks and bites you in the ass. I mean, what you want from me? Sometimes you get bit in your ass. Just, get a band-aid or a gauze or something to put on your ass and just shake it off and let's go. Um Now, stress. There is some stressful things that's going to be headed down the road. This is going to be throughout your life, and this is humans, right? We all have stress and we all have times. The thing is, just stay calm about the stress. Just learn how not to sweat all the time when you're stressed out. Don't wig out and flip out all the time. Just deal with your stress. If you chill out, look at things for what they are and accept, I think less stressful you are, that will cause you less health problems, okay? And just it will give you better results if you just look at it and deal with your stress accordingly. You don't have to be stressed out. You don't have to feel any kind of way. And sometimes people in our lives tend to stress us out. And it just be like, God, I mean, like they won't let up because they don't know how to deal with their stress. But you're an earth sign. An earth sign will always understand about stress. They know that stress is not gonna last forever. I'm an earth sign myself. And I know for a fact I'm not gonna let nobody keep stressing me out about something that don't have nothing to do with me. It's your thing. And sometimes people are not happy within themselves, and because they're not happy within themselves, they want to be mean and evil and silly with you because they're not happy with how their life turned out. And that's just real. And sometimes when you can have a parent like that, or you can have a sibling like that, you can have a mate, an intimate person that you are connected with, a friend. It's like, girl, get a grip, girl. You are miserable, I am not. Let's start there. So okay, but whatever, do what you want to do. Y'all can listen to me. If you don't, you don't. You won't. That's on you. Okay, let me move on. All right, I'm getting ready to wrap this up, y'all. If y'all got any questions um, about this reading, book a time with me, or you can ask right now if you want to. You feel froggy, if you bold like that, if you got it like that, if you down like that, you can ask right now. If not, hey, I'm gonna continue on. Okay. Any questions in the gal in this chat room? All right, let me get this notebook. I'm trying to now. This is when we start thinking about. This is going to be dealing with knives. This is the knives section, y'all. I'm going to be dealing with the knives, okay? And y'all know what the knives are representative of, okay? The knives have many different ways of dealing with stuff. And that's going to be dealing with some deep stuff, okay? All right. A knife could mean, can you tell me? Okay, Tanya, let's see, what'd you say? Can you tell me what's my earth sign? What is your earth sign, girl? You tell me what your earth sign is. You tell me, you ask me to tell you what your earth sign is. You tell me what your earth sign is. Do you have earth within your chart? Do you have an earth within your chart? Because earth signs are very similar. I'm a Taurus. So earth signs can be similar. Earth signs Capricorn. You can be an earth sign of Capricorn. You can be a Taurus. You can be a Virgo. There are many different type of signs, y'all. So would you like me to just tell you something about yourself? I will in a minute when I get done with Capricorns. Give me a second here. I will certainly answer you. I will certainly tell you, I will give you a sample reading if you would like. I will tell you something, one thing that is coming for you or whatever. Whatever I see. I'll just tell you what I see. How about that? I could do better at answering that question. How about I do that in a second? I'll be happy to do that for you. Okay. Now I'm dealing with when we talk about the knives energy, right? The knives do hold something for you. The knives do hold something. And so by nature with this particular knife one. This is going to be dealing with realizing that some things can be dangerous. And the key thing is, unfortunately, when there is danger, there are certain sacrifices that you have to do to save yourself or others. Maybe I mean something else. I'm not familiar with the language. That's okay. Try again. I will give you of what I see. That's no problem. Okay. How about that, Tanya? I can tell you what I see for you. Would you like me to do that? I understand you don't have to be clear with the language. I'll help. I'll help and assist you. Give me a second though. So again, when I see knives, we think about betrayal. So there's going to be somebody that betrays you. So I'm just saying to make sure that you understand that there is a certain line of betrayal that's coming for you. So just be prepared, okay? What is the betrayal? I just told you, if I see knives in the back, you get ready to get betrayed. There's going to be some type of a loss, and sometimes it could be met by a loss. It could be met by sorrow. It could be met by something taken away from you. Okay, but it's gonna be some form of betrayal. Here you go, Mustafa, with this Aquarius. I got you, though. I do Aquarius. Here you go. So that's all I'm going. Since y'all won't let me finish, and y'all throwing all this. No, I'm just playing. Y'all throwing all this other salt in. I will tell you, Tanya. I will give you one thing, and then Mustafa, I'll get you on the Aquarius. And if you give me 1 second. So that's what I got for that. Okay. Okay. All right. And how you doing, Tamika? I see the heart for Capricorns. All right. First, I'm going to finish with Tanya. And again, to book your an official appointment for a reading or any other type of healing modality, you can go to www.ask314life.com. If you're trying to, I don't know, get some herbs or get you some candles, you can go to euphoric energy llc.com. If you can see in the type in the print below, you will see that. Okay, so Tanya, no, you're not an earth sign. At least you're now you may have an earth sign that is a sun or something, or you might have it in your chart. It may be somewhere within your chart, right? But if you are a Capricorn, that's not an earth sign. But that's okay. I will still get you taken care of. So that's probably what you asked. Do you have any earth within your chart? Maybe that's what you asked. And I'm almost sure you have some earth within your chart, but Geminis aren't earth signs. Okay. But I'm sure you have an earth sign within your chart, and that's a whole nother discussion. that is just is not a difficult discussion. But it's hard for me to really. It's not a it's just basically you have 12 houses, right? In the new way, people say you may have 13 houses, right? But you have 12 houses, and each house is something that is connected to your personality. So, for example, my 12th house is a Pisces. I'm a Taurus sun and I'm a Taurus moon, right? And I'm ascending Taurus, so I'm a straight up Taurus. However, I have different zodiacs in different houses, but a lot of my houses or a combination of Taurus, and I have like a couple of Geminis in my houses, and then then we start dealing with the left node and all that other stuff. Yeah, that's a whole nother different. So it deals with different personalities that are aligned with the moon, sun, that are aligned with different moons and different planets. and stuff. So basically, that's what it is. So that's basically what's going on. Good. I'm glad you're hanging in there, Tamika. So different moons are aligned with different things. So I mean, different planets are aligned at different times of the year, the month, and the energy. And so you will find in different houses that this is what this particular moon, if this particular moon is showing. I'm trying to break it down to you. If this particular moon is connecting to you, then that's what your energy is aligned with. So if your moon is in a particular state, then this is where you find this particular personality to be in. And if you have, and then adding all of that up, because there is a such thing as numerology, right? So I'm talking about apples, pears, and oranges, right? They're all different, but yet they're one of the same. They're all connected, right? So if you have this, if you're numerology, you have a different type of numerology. And how you get this is from understanding what your natal charts are, or they call them birth charts. It deals with the time that you were born. It deals with your name, which is all connected, right? And then it deals with what city you was born in, what city and state you were born in, what country you were born in, that type of thing. Um, so recently, once I got my original birth certificate, and I found out what time I was born in, it was easier for me to break down. I just had a general uh, natal chart with the unknown date of time of birth, right? So once I found out once I found out that my 12th house changed, and I forgot what my 12th house was originally, but I didn't. No way in hell I thought I had the 12th house in Pisces. I hope nobody's a Pisces in here. Don't be mad at me. But I love y'all too. But I was so disgusted. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I see here. Tanya, hopefully you still here. Okay. All right. So it looks like there's something going on as far as the law is going on with you. Something's going on with the law. I know I was going to pull this particular card out. I felt like my energy, somebody was going to call in or do something, or I was going to have to pull this card out. And imaginably so, I have my court candle lit as we speak. But anywho, so there's going to be something about truth, okay? And this is going to be dealing with your morals. This is going to be dealing with your morals and your values. So usually when we see justice, court, and all that stuff, it usually sometimes it deals with the physical court of someone going to court, and judgments, right? Judging, being judged or judging others, but this is certainly going to be dealing with your morals. And more in particular, it's going to be dealing with your morals, your own morals, moral compass, and about the way you view things and the way that you act, your values. What are your values? So I think there's going to be some questioning of your values. You're going to be placed, it feels like, in a situation where have you're going to have to either express your morals or not allow anyone to take you away from what your morals are. And someone's going to try to take you out of that zone of your morals, and it's going to be or it's going to be questioned somehow. Your morals going to be questioned in a way. So just stand your ground on what your morals are. Stand your ground on what you're wanting. Stand your ground on not allowing anyone to take you away from what your morals are, because they don't have the best intentions for you. And anyway, why would you listen to somebody to take you out of, you know, this is how you were created. And don't get it twisted now. I think sometimes we do have to go out of our comfort zone, but it's a difference between going out of our comfort zone than letting go of our morals. That's something totally different, right? Don't you know that? That's something totally different than going against our total comfort zone. So don't allow anybody to take you away from your morals, because that's where it's headed. That's where someone is trying to take you, and that would not be advisable. I would advise you not to do that, because if you get away from that, then they will always come back to you and expect you to get off of that, and then they'll talk about you like, look at her, I made her do something she didn't really want to do because it was against her moral, it was against her spirituality, it was against her with who she is, right? So one more thing, and then I'm going to move on to Mustafa. Okay. I said Mustafa. I'm sorry. Musa. Mufasa. Mufasa. Well, I don't know why I said Mustafa. I'm tripping. Musa. Um, maybe I wanted your name to be that, but anyway. Okay. Listen. Now, certainly be happy that you have accomplished a lot in your life, Tanya. That's cool, great, beautiful. I'm glad you have made a lot of accomplishments. You have gotten a lot further than a lot of people thought you were, right? And that's good. However, let me say this to you. Don't allow it to go to your head where you become annoying with it. Um, because what can happen is that if you may miss the mark on dealing with somebody that probably has not accomplished everything that you have accomplished, and what you would end up doing, it would end up clouding your judgment in working with certain people that you may feel that are up on a certain status that you've on. So a person may, for example, a person may not have accomplished all what you have accomplished, and they would like to get to where you are and really look up to you, versus a person who's accomplished more than you but looks down on you, and you are extending yourself out to help the person that don't really um that really think they're better than you on a higher platform that they feel like they are over you, and you're assisting them. Meanwhile, you have this other person that is not quite have accomplished pretty much anything, and you don't want to pass judgment on them because of where where their standards or where their standard of living is, or maybe they don't have much. So just be careful of that, Tanya. Okay, you don't want to count them out yet, because remember, you had to go you had to go through some things to get where you are at. Okay, and you have more to accomplish, and that particular person may be the one that can assist you with where you need to go, and they may be able to refer other people to you that you help them, and you may be able to help everybody else, and you may be able to start a business. I know we have. I know we spoke before, Mustafa. Hurrah! Okay, so just be careful. Just don't get your head too don't let your head get too swollen, that you have accomplished a lot. And I know sometimes it can be hard, especially when other people have put you down, and you like, man, I've accomplished a lot, and I went over what the naysayers I was going to accomplish. So I understand that, but just don't get too high and mighty on your horse, okay? Because that's not going to help you or anyone else, okay? So just be careful of that, okay? So that's probably, and those were two cards I read off of, and they pretty much coincide with one another. They pretty much said the same, they had the same energy base. They didn't say the same thing, but they just kind of coincided with each other. So that's a good thing, right? Um, so I'm using cards today, y'all, because I'm trying to okay, I'm gonna get ready. This will be the last thing unless anybody else has a question. Again, you can go to my website and get these good readings that I do. I'm good at what I do. Okay, okay. All right. Well, what the heck do I see? All right. All right. So what I see right now. Okay, I'm ready. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Um. Ooh. Okay. Now, I don't even want to tell you what this particular card is because if I tell you, it's going to freak you out. So, what I'm going to do is based off. Thank you. Okay, Tanya says, thank you. Okay, thank you. I understand being humble as well as grateful and important to me, and well, and we're spoken before too. Okay, cool. um, Okay, so with this card, I don't want to necessarily tell you what the card is because if I tell you the card, it's two cards in the deck that freak people out. And I'll just say there's one of those, right? But it is not what you think. So let me tell you from the perspective because I don't want you to have that in your head. That's why I really don't tell people cards I have most part because I think that sometimes when you do, it kind of freaks them out, especially when it's these type of cards. But again, some of these cards have duality meanings. Okay, so this particular card is going to be focused, and this is, of course, this is a ongoing. Oh, what I forgot to tell you, Tanya, was that uh, God, I don't remember. Let me try to look. Okay, so what I said about the morals, you're gonna have to deal with your morality throughout your whole entire life. That's a permanent situation, right? But the whole judgment and yada 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 yada, that's not necessarily going to be something you have to deal with. This is like a temporary situation. The morality thing, you're gonna have to always battle with somebody about your morals because you have a certain set of morals and the standards that you are, and you're gonna always have people try you on that. That's gonna be throughout your life, right? So, okay. Anyway, I'm next. Let me go on. I forgot to tell you that. Now, um, Ra, right? Ra, your situation is as follows. You're gonna have to understand that you're probably going to experience a lot of transformations here, transitionings and transformations. And this is something that you're going to be dealing with your whole entire life. You're going to always change and evolve and things like that. Now, in some decks, usually in some decks, when I pull these, I'm using a different type of a deck. Usually when I pull this particular cards out based off this particular card, I'll go ahead and tell you it's the death card. The death card just usually means that something is coming to an end. and you're going to have to change some things. Now, I'm going to look at this second card and I can kind of tell you based upon that. Now, something's coming to an end, so you're going to have to trust. You're going to have to trust that the outcome will be cool, will be, will be worth it. So there's going to be some changes that you go through in your life right now that you're going to have to just pray that the outcome is what you want. You know what I'm saying? Just, man. And usually, but this particular card, this is dealing with, they're talking about different lives, right? They're talking about the afterlife, the full life, you know what I mean? We have had different, well, I'm not going to get into the spiritual. I'm not going to get into that right now because some people may not believe that. But so there's a lot of different aspects of your lives. And I don't necessarily mean like afterlife and things like that. But you can take it like that too. But you can take it like the afterlife, and you can also take it like different things that you have gone through in your life. I'll also call different lives. I also say that you go through different stages in your lives as different lives, because today you might have liked the color orange, and tomorrow or next week or next year you're going to change your color, or when you change your room, or when you change houses, when you change jobs. These are different lives, right? Mayat says, can you tell me what you see as far as my son? He and I have been under attack by a group of people. He is acting weird tonight as we speak. Okay, let me finish with Ra. What the heck am I at? Oh, I forgot where I was going with this. So, different people have different lives, right? We've gone through different periods in our life where we have looked at things from a different perspective, or we've been differently throughout these changes. So whatever, just it is what it is, right? So with this particular situation, by me pulling this second card, I'm trying to really okay. Okay, so the change that they're also talking about, the change is going to be someone that you originally did not think, someone you thought had your back is basically sneaking some stuff and portraying you. They have changed. And so what this is an indication of is someone is not being honest with you. And so you're going to have to do some investigation to certain people in your life that's not really being clear with you. But you kind of already knew that. So in this particular case, for you, based upon this second card, um, this is an indication that the person that you thought had your best interest does not. And they lying to your face. And it's going to be some form of betrayal. And betrayal can come in different forms. Betrayal is not always someone uh, stepping out on you, cheating, that kind of thing. Sometimes betrayal can be just the mere factor that they told you one thing and it's something else. So they may be angry with you and not told you they were angry with you. So they might be holding on to some certain resentment. So nevertheless, this person is changing. And so you're going to have to do some investigations to find out exactly what the situation is. And so that is my recommendation for you on that matter. Now, my yacht, I'm going to try to give you, I'm not going to try, I'm going to give you a quick sample sample. Okay, give me a second here. I have to change the energy right now. Y'all go to my website, book a time. It's right in there, www.ask314 at life. And yes, I do websites. I created my own website. You're welcome, Ra. Hold on, I'm trying to shake these cards up. Okay, what was the question again? Can you please, the question is, can you please tell me what you see as far as my son? He and I have been under attack by a group of people. He is acting really weird tonight as we speak. Okay, that is the question out there. So it doesn't feel like this is even before I pull out the cards. So do you have family who has turned their back on you all, perhaps too? It feels like some family doesn't have your best interest at heart. All right, I don't know. I'm not. I don't want to really choose those cards. I had some cards fly out of my hands, so that might be. But I'm not getting ready to read all of them. I'm trying to tell you the situation. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna shake this up one more time, and I will tell you. So, okay. All right. So, I have had a few cards to fall out more than just once. I do know that they talk about that you're going to have to get some strength and you're going to have to really stand strong on what you believe in, and you cannot cower out. You have to gain courage. That I can tell you. Now, uh, it talks about, I pulled the Lovers card out. So usually when I pull the Lovers card out, that's going to be talking about love, and it's not in the opposite form. It's upright. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to, there's some romance going, that's going to be some romance, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. Now, I'm trying to get to the question at hand. It's kind of stopping me from necessarily answering it all the way because they're telling me to tell you about lovers. Okay, so I'm pulling that out, and that's a major card, and by that being a major card, that's gonna be throughout. So I mean, it is what it is. But you're gonna always have strength, and you're gonna always have to follow your heart. That's what it's telling me to tell you. You're gonna have to follow your heart. You got to follow your heart. Now, hold on. You're gonna have to create a vision for yourself. You're gonna have to create a vision for yourself and stop going and taking yourself down the rabbit hole. You got to create this vision for yourself, and you got to start working on it. Now I'm trying to get to the question. Some of this is going to be into a format which will kind of makes sense as I'm done. Once I get done with it, it may make more sense for you, okay? Um, so hopefully you get it. But I don't know why all these pop out. I'm like, look, I'm just giving her a sample. She needs a book sometime. Okay, now you gotta do some closure. You need closure. So there right now what's happening, you gotta tie up some loose ends. It tells me for you to stop running. You gotta stop running, you gotta tie up some loose ends, and you're not gonna be able to move forward until you work, until you stop allowing things to hold you back. You allow things to hold you back, and you're not expressing how you really feel, and you need to just be done with the situation because you're not helping the situation. You still allowing the situation to linger, and you have to do some closure. And closure does not always have to be you talking to the person that harmed you, that did the best intentions for you, but you got to do some closure. um right. Okay, so you say that family and friends turn evil on us. Oh, and neighbors work death spells. Okay, so what you're gonna have to do is you need some closure. You need to leave people alone. And it's not just you leaving people alone, like not talking to them, but just clearing their energy out. You need to be done with these situations. If you fall out with a person and they don't mean you no good, then you need to just leave them alone spiritually, mentally, and psychologically and move on with your life and not deal with them at all. Not even deal with their energy. And I do see some traveling. So you need to work on possibly moving though. I do see some word that you need to work on moving. Um, and your son is kind of sick of situation. He's sick of this situation. He doesn't. He feels like this situation is unnecessary, and he's just kind of done with it. He really don't want. He's tired of things being thrown in his face. If he feels like things are being thrown in his face, and he don't want to be constantly reminded that this person is not good or not good. He already know that, and you keep on reminding him of something that he already know. He don't want to be reminded anymore. He don't want to be reminded anymore about everything that's going on. And he's kind of under the impression of, look, either we're gonna leave or we're gonna stay. Let's make some moves. So you have to start making some moves and get out from where you are. It's not a good. It's not just about the hex and all this. It's really about you having to. Yeah, he tired of you bringing it up in his face. He tired of you talking about um stuff he's done in his past. And his past could be tomorrow. I mean, yesterday. As early as yesterday. He's ready for you to stop throwing things up in his face. But he does have a level of guilt because he feels like he has done some things wrong and he don't know how to fix it, and you keep throwing it up in his face. So he don't know how to really um he don't know how to process his feelings all the way. He does not know how, and he doesn't, and you're not kind of giving him a chance to process the feelings. And don't get it twisted. As a mother, I understand you being upset. I understand you have a right to feel how you feel, but the end result, what you're asking him to apologize. You're asking him to really feel and understand that the mistakes he's made is costing y'all a lot, right? And he's made some mistakes with some of these neighbors, though. Y'all, this situation ain't innocent with the neighbors. Now, we're not gonna act like it's just the neighbors. He done did some y'all. Somebody did something to the neighbors. Now, we're not gonna act like that everybody's innocent in this, but ultimately, yes, they are certainly tripping more so, right? We can say that they're doing to team too much, right? We know that they're doing team too much, but understand that they not alone in this. Everybody has a part that they played in this situation, okay? I tried to tell him to avoid the people who did the spell work, right? So what you have to do, you have to let him. I think I was talking about this earlier about how sometimes you have to allow people to find out stuff for themselves. What you have to do is you have to move though. I mean, you've been knowing that you need to move. You need to start making some preparations for you to move because it's not safe there. It's not just safe there because it's spiritual and all this other type of stuff. But I'm talking about balance and things like that of someone getting hurt. Someone's going to get hurt. Okay, so you need to move. Um, so you have to create your own narrative and you have to start achieving your goals because you've been procrastinating. Uh, yes, because you all are at odds. I get that he's young and everything, but you all are at odds, so he's not gonna listen to you. So your best bet right now is to move. He's not gonna listen to you. So just understand he's not gonna listen to you, and it's just time for you to just move. Anyway, you just need a fresh start. Both of y'all need a fresh start. But he's not gonna listen to you right now because he has certain resentment for you. He has a lot of resentment right now. And it's kind of buried deep. He's had it for quite some time. I mean, he loves you, of course, but he does have certain resentment for you. I understand you don't have a car now. I understand that. But you have to stop procrastinating. You have to just start working on getting a car. That's what you have to do. The first thing is work on getting a car and just being realistic and crafting out, your narrative. What do they mean by crafting out your narrative? Crafting out your narrative is basically you creating your own situation. You creating yourself to get you a car. You working to get you a car. Um, and you saving money to move. And two, you got to stop spoiling that boy. You spoil him too much, and then you wonder why he do the things that he do. You kind of spoil him a little bit, and he don't respect you the way that he should. And he does not understand that. He doesn't understand that y'all got. Um, he don't get that. He's done here lately. To be honest with you, he's done a lot of stuff lately. I would say within the last year or so, that has been very disrespectful for you as a mother. Right? He's done a lot of things that have, and you kind of not really dealt with it. You throw things in his face and you threaten him, and your threats mean nothing, and you keep throwing it in his face, and it's like, who cares? You know what I mean? He's not going to take really responsibility till you let him fall. You gotta let him fall, but I wouldn't let him use my car no more. Because you trying to, it seems like, it feel like you're trying to compete with something. You're trying to compete with maybe another, his father or something. You're trying to compete with somebody where you're giving, trying to give him what he wants, or to make up for something that, to make up for some things, and you can't do that. That is not going to make you all stronger. But at the same time, you wailing on them all the time, or fussing at them, or going in. It's just a way to do things. You have to punish him when he's wrong. Um, but it's not it. You don't have to talk to him about it all the time. You just talk about it. Talk it. You got to start doing the one hit with her. Like, listen, what you did right there was very foul. That was very disrespectful what you did, and it would not be tolerated. And then you have to back it up by showing him uh he is not the same in his mental. Well, yeah, he's battling something though. It's not about the spell work. He's battling something. He has resentment towards you. That's really what it is. He has resentment towards you. I mean, just like literally that simple. And you have to start making. You have to kind of just talk to him about what it is, and let him be. He's moody though. I mean, you acting like your son not moody. Your son is moody. He's moody anyway. Doctor wanted to keep him in the hospital, but he refused to stay. Yeah, yeah, because he don't think he need help. He don't think he needs help. And right now he don't really respect anything, and he feels like you're trying to lock him, get him locked up, mentally and stuff like that. So you have to let him be. You got to let him figure it out. You can't force him to do anything because he's not going to do it. He's not going to listen. The more and more you try to force him to do something he don't want to do, he's not going to do it. I mean, you know your son, he's not going to do it. So, I mean, what can you do? You can only do so much. But I do know there's a manipulative energy that's around, okay? And by there being a manipulative energy, there's a conflict and there's a lot of tension within your home, and it's going to remain. So you may need to tell your son until he figure it out, he might need to figure something. He might need to do something else. He may need to go and sit down somewhere and do something else. I wouldn't let him use my car no more. Mm, it's been an ongoing thing though. You saying it's overnight? No, he's had a lot of resentment. It just unfolded here recently. Yeah, it unfolded. He's been kind of moody like this for a while. I mean, it's been going on and off. You just have ignored certain signs of his energy. Um, you've ignored it. So you have to pay like attention to what the surroundings are, and you just have to let him figure it out. Yes, just talk to him, try to talk to him a little bit, but at the end of the day, he is going to ultimately do what he wants to do. He's going to do what he wants to do. Um So I think sometimes if we leave people alone and let them figure out, but only thing you want to control right now is how he treats you. You can check how he treats you, right? But I would let him kind of figure stuff out because he's not going to listen to you right now. What I'm saying is he has always had a certain level of resentment. I'm telling you, he's always had a certain level of resentment. It just recently started to come out more, right? It recently just started to come out more. I mean, a person can be loving, but they can still have a certain level of resentment. It's always been there. It's always been there. You're gonna have to connect with your loved ones and let them know that you appreciate them. So that's the thing you're going to have to do right now. You're going to have to connect with your loved ones and let them know that you appreciate them. So he is part of your loved ones. So what you're going to have to do is just kind of let him know you appreciate him. Just kind of talk to him and try to get him to see certain things. But ultimately, you're going to have to let him figure it out. Yeah, he hit it pretty well. Yeah, sometimes we don't know that we have resentment though. Sometimes we get triggered. Sometimes certain things happen in our lives where all of a sudden we find ourselves being triggered. You know what I'm saying? Some things happen. A trigger can happen in a split second. You know what I mean? Certain things can happen within a split second, or we could talk to somebody that tells us something, and it's just like, well, damn, I didn't know that, and we're just looking like, well, dang, well, why did this person tell me? But there's a certain level where there's a form of betrayal here. So he may feel like you've lied to him. He may feel like that, or he may feel like you have not told him something that he's supposed to have. You supposed to have told him a long time ago, and you wasn't really clear about it. But there's some resentment there. Yeah, there is some. No, he is your loved one though, and he's your loved one. It's not just like ancestry. I mean, he's part of your ancestry. He is part of your loved ones. So you do have to let him know that you love and appreciate him and that you need him and that he's a good son and that you love him. But you are not happy about him wrecking your car. You're not happy about, situations, and you really would like to you really want him to heal. You really need to figure some things out though, because you can't live your life like that. You got to get some things together here. All right, well, that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got for tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I've been talking. I said I was not gonna do a long video today, but of course I wound up doing a long video, but that's okay. So I might need to break this up in parts. All right. Oh, thank you so much for sending me some money. Thank you so much. I appreciate. I don't want to say your name, but thank you so much. I'm gonna send you a heart though. Thank you so much for sending me some money. I appreciate that. Let's see. I hope I did that. Did I do that right? Okay. Hopefully I sent that heart. Okay, cool. Okay. Um, what was I saying? Woo! Thank you. I appreciate you. Bless you and your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. So let me get my little butt off of here. Oh, you sent me that money. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this up now. I'm starting to get my little country twang up. Yes, I have a cash app. I will certainly send you my cash app, darling. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me put my cash app on here. It's on the screen, but I'm gonna go ahead and send it because you may not see. Go ahead, ask me a question. I think that's my cash app. That's my cash app. All right, there we go. That's my cash app. Go ahead, Tanya. Latanya. I'm sorry, not Latanya. I'm sorry, Tanya. I be wanting to call people named Tanya. Latanya. Go ahead and ask your question, please. Ask your question. I'm here. Should you stay with the person you with? Mm, I think that remember earlier. I think I said something to the fact of go with what your heart says, and your heart kind of says no. So you need to go with what your heart says. Your heart, well, today you feel like no, tomorrow you may be like, well, I need to give people a chance, or I need to do this, I need to do that. But I honestly feel like you need to go with your heart. I kind of said that earlier, right? And your heart is not in it. Your heart is not in it. I hate to tell people to leave their relationships. I feel like I'm portraying that person, but you asked. So go with your heart, and your heart indicates to me that this is not something that you want to be in forever. I don't think you see yourself with this person forever. I think it's a certain point in your relationship that you felt like this was a good thing and you felt very well connected to this person. And now, right here, not so much. So go with your heart. I hope that answers your question. And if y'all want to send your sister a cash app, you can. I ain't gonna refuse the cash app there. What not? What? It's Dr. Dr. Amira, Amirah, S for Sankofa, just a S, and Quali, Kweli. Anybody else got any more questions before I wrap it up over here? Because I'm going to wrap up because I feel like I am just talking and talking and talking. And I do not like just talking and talking because it makes me feel like I'm just talking and talking. Mm. All right, let me go ahead and wrap this up. But I really appreciate everybody's energy. And again, to book with me, all you would have to do is go to www.ask314andlife.com and I'll be happy to go there with you. That's my Cash App. You can always also go to that website and click on the donation button and send a donation as well. So anyway, y'all have a lovely day. I really appreciate y'all. Peace, peace, peace. All right, let me get my little theme music, as Deion Sanders said. Let me get my theme music. Okay. All right. Give me a second here. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Find it. Find it. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Well, any more questions? Do we have any more questions? Thank you. I'll be reaching out soon. Yep, I got you. Yep, I got you. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. All right, let me go. Let me get to getting it. Get to getting it. There we go.
Death is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The cemeteries are full of people who've passed from a preventative illness. With the correct approach, you not only extend your chances of preserving your life, but you will improve the quality of your life with a natural approach. The earth provides energy healing herbs for the benefit of mankind.
Hello, I'm Amira Senko Kwali here at Ask Life Coaching Ministries. We're located at 1921 West Broadway. We've been in the healing business for over 20 years. To order my products, go to www.ask314life.com. I'm available 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Namaste.